What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Klepcx FM, brought to you by WeAreCritiX.com, place where we talk about movies, television, and pop culture. If you're into that kind of thing, make sure you hit that subscribe key and that notification bell so you can be up to speed about everything that we talk about here. Now, listen, I'm here with my guy, DJ Gove, and we are here to talk about Fast X. That's right, Fast X, Fast and the Furious 10? Is it 10 now?
It's the 10th one, yeah.
We're at the 10th one. It's finally here, and I mean, what? Let's just jump right into it. And we're gonna go spoiler, just to let you know. This is gonna be spoiler talk. So if you don't want anything spoiled for you, make sure you just go check it out, and then come back to us, and then you can, join the conversation with the rest of us as we talk about Fast X. But off rip, man, I gotta tell you that I had way more fun than I expected to have. I'm not gonna lie. I had way more fun.
Yeah, I mean, first off, big thank you to Universal for doing an early screening.
Yeah,
it's appreciated. But
yeah, we saw it.
We saw it like a beginning of the week. So
yeah,
I mean, just the fact that this is the 10th one of these, and normally with movies you don't get 10 theatrical releases. I mean, it's not. I mean, Star Wars obviously that was over like 50 years. Yeah. In like 21 years or something like that, we've gotten 10 of these. None have gone straight to video. I mean, you're at the point now where you can go like history's greatest storytellers. You're like Shakespeare, Frost, Toretto. But yeah, no, it was definitely a lot more fun than it had any right to be. Yeah. I mean, you're not going to this thing to see, Oscar-worthy acting performances or dialogue, but it's just as long as you can shove popcorn in your gullet and have fun, that's all that matters. This movie has that in spades.
So I want to, and that is true, but what I want to do is I want to talk about, the experience of this film straight up. We'll be completely honest with you, okay? Because although we had a lot of fun, we went in. What was like two and some change? How long is that film? I don't even know what the runtime is.
225-ish. It felt like.
It is bonkers and over the top. Like more than not even like it's better than 9. I will say that it's better than 9 for me.
Yeah, because 9 was the Pontiac Fiero in space, and that was a bit much.
Yeah, with duct tape.
With duct tape and scuba suits.
So securing the,
Three Musketeers.
The car. I had a lot more fun in this film because it felt just a smidget more grounded. I would say it's a Fast 6, 7-ish area of off the wallness and craziness. So that's the disclaimer. So a lot of you people don't think that we're like shilling or trying to say that this movie is great or awesome because it's just awesome. No, it's just a great movie experience and it's fun and it's what people go to the movies for nowadays. Or even in the 80s, this reminds me of like an 80s action flick where, the hero was shooting off the gun for about an hour and a half and he hasn't run out of bullets yet. That's the type of disbelief we're dealing with. And then some. So I want to let's talk about some of the things about this film that worked for us, specifically for you. What was the main thing that made you walk out of there like, wow?
So the biggest thing, number one, is this thing was loaded cast-wise anyway. And then to the already stacked cast of characters, you added Tony and Oscar winner Rita Moreno. You added Captain Marvel. Alan Richardson from Titans and Reacher, my favorite show last year. He's awesome in it. But the biggest thing was, dude, Jason Momoa kills it in this movie. Dude, like, you don't get a lot of, like, usually Momoa's the good guy. Khal Drogo, Aquaman, he's the bad, as a bad guy, he's not just a villain. They let him go like full Momoa. And they even set the precedent that, oh yeah, this guy's clinically insane, by the way. And they just kind of let him go like off kilter, and it is one of the coolest villain portrayals I've seen in film in a long time. Because nothing he does has any rhyme or reason.
Yeah.
He's almost like Joker, like comic Joker-ish at times.
I've been seeing that comparison a lot. And I wanna just debunk that. Like, I get what you guys are saying and what everybody is saying about Joker because he is a loose cannon. He really has like no rhyme or reason.
Yeah.
He's very bratty.
He is.
I kind of call him immature or like an immature version of a Castor Troy.
Okay. Well, you know what it was? it's the Scotch tape stuff that kind of gave
Yeah,
you the Joker vibes.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
There's definitely a Joker.
Yeah.
There's a Joker vibe scene.
Very menacing, very maniacal, but
Yeah.
but very mustache twirly. Like
Yes.
he's I love that. You're right. That is one of the best things about this film is Momoa's performance. He literally just puts it all out on the floor, and he's being off the wall bonkers and being something that you've never seen him be in anything.
Or a lot of people ever be like usually
Anything.
even like Bond villains are like usually like
Yeah.
very straightforward. Their thing. You have no idea. Like obviously you know his purpose.
Yeah.
But everything he does is just, it's
Yeah.
insane.
And I also like that he wasn't like this he had money or connections, I should say.
Yep.
But he didn't really have money. He had money because of what he did.
Yeah.
How he got his money is
Yeah.
it's part of the plot.
But he came from money.
Yeah. But he wasn't like this like big threatening baddie. He was almost like some guy who just wanted revenge and took his time and many years to plot out how to get back at Toretto and the rest of these guys.
Yeah.
So the way he pulls it off is pretty damn cool. And
Super loose cannon.
You don't even know what to expect from this guy at this point.
Yeah.
So that's what works. The one thing about this film that works.
That you actually say like in the scope of structured movie.
Yeah.
Like what was the highlight from a movie creation? The writing and the willingness to let Jason Momoa probably go a little, I'm not gonna say off script, but kind of like put his personality into the character as a villain really carried it to another level, I think.
Okay. So we got that out the way.
Yeah, it's out of the way.
Let's talk about what does not work.
Physics. This movie gives 0 Fs about physics and
but not that
gravity.
And I don't want to say what doesn't work.
Yeah.
It's not what didn't work. It's what ridiculousness everyone is expecting to see when they go see this that may leave some people walking out of there like, no, it's not for me. What's the first thing that caught your attention while watching this film? Because I got plenty.
Maybe the probably the giant flaming bomb rolling through the Vatican. Maybe might have.
So that was very like Indiana Jones-ish for me. Jones's for
It was
me,
like a video game level.
That wasn't that bad to me. What was bad to me was how long it lasted.
It was like 25 minutes. Like
literally, it's like the first 25 minutes of the film. Like literally,
and then
maybe
the bomb's
30.
on fire.
Yeah,
and then she's chased with a bike, and then the bomb's in the Vatican.
So not only are they chasing this bomb, but it lasts a very long time before the bomb even explodes. You're on like a 30-40 minute ride, but there's a scene, and it was like this, like, what's those things called when you do like, what's it called, a Munson machine? I can't remember, when you do like a thing that reacts to the next thing and then hits the dominoes something swings and hits the ball and then the ball rolls.
Yeah, like when you see like the YouTube videos, like people playing like the Zelda theme with like marbles and stuff.
I forget what they call that.
Yeah,
but Toretto does a thing where he's driving along a bridge and he sees this crane so perfectly. And just to stop the rolling ball, he thinks, I'm gonna drive my car into the crane, spin the crane,
and then the
crane hits the ball.
Gonna hit the ball, and he basically plays pinball with a crane and a giant bomb.
So I'm like, at that point, I laughed. I laughed out loud. I cracked up. I was like, wow, we're starting early.
But that's what these movies are, though.
Yeah, I know. But that's one of the things.
Yeah.
There's a lot of disbelief in this film that
the secret prison in Antarctica was a little much.
Yeah, like,
and like the healing laser was a bit much.
Yeah, where did that come from?
I don't know. It's funny because I marathoned beforehand because I was a little behind. This is my daughter's favorite movie series, or one of her favorite movie series. She came with us. She came with, and that was awesome. Yeah. So, but it's just, I remember like the first one came out, it was at the height of like, speed cars. You had your Midnight Club and your Need for Speed video games out, and it was like kind of the thing. And it was these guys who stole VCRs, which were these things that played giant movie tapes.
Yeah.
They'd steal VCRs to pay for carburetors, basically.
Yeah.
And somehow it turned into like James Bond eventually.
Facts. Super facts. Like, this thing was extremely grounded. They were just, regular petty thieves or just just teenage. They're kids.
Yeah, they were
They were like
kids.
just kids that just drag racing and illegal racing in the city and things like that.
That was on
And
Kurt
then-
Russell's like, "We'll make you guys secret agents."
Yeah, now they're like, yeah, I listen. It's an entertaining ride. Don't get me wrong. Let's talk about some of the cast because everyone comes back to play.
Everyone.
Well, almost everyone-ish. Listen, one of the things that bothers me a lot is the Paul Walker stuff.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to Paul Walker. We miss him so much. And like I said, listen, we're going to get into spoiler territory, so please, if you want to hear what I'm about to say, you might want to just step away and come back. I'm at a point right now, and I understand people's love for the character, and I understand people's respect for Paul Walker because he was a great talent, and he brought a lot to this franchise and other things. But at this point, I'm ready to let go, and I think they should respectfully exit that character from the franchise. However they do it, whether it is through a revenge plot and someone comes back and takes out the sister and him or the family, whatever. I just think at this point it's becoming awkward the way that they're portraying his character because the sister shows up at the cookouts, the get-togethers, the action,
and Brian's like always babysitting the kid or something like that.
Yeah, like
it's weird.
What in the world? Like, and they did that so much in this. There was like so many scenes where they're showing her. The audience is going to automatically be like, well, where's Brian?
Yeah.
That one scene when, Toretto's son and her are running through the house and then the body flies across the screen.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was going to be a Brian thing.
Yeah, and it was John Cena.
I'm like, yo, I don't understand what they're maybe they're saving it for the big finale.
Yeah, because
I don't know.
It's tough because, I think a big chunk of it is that I think the other cast, like Vin Diesel and Tyrese, I don't think they'll agree to go forward with any kind of like bastardization of the Brian character. But we had talked. We had two ideas. So anyone who doesn't know, this is not the end of it. There is two or three of these put together as like a finale, depending on who you talk to,
or the money.
Yeah, or the money. Because I mean, what was it at already? This we're doing this on a Saturday morning,
and it's 320. It's 320 million right now.
Like in a
day. Weekend's not even over yet. Like this thing's gonna do numbers.
Yeah,
it's gonna do numbers.
So I mean, $1 billion always makes people do silly things. But like you just said, you could have the big bad, kill Brian off screen. Or I like my idea, where, whenever you get to the conclusion of the Jason Momoa character, he's, you think he's won, and he's like standing over Toretto or whatever, and all of a sudden out of nowhere, just a blue skyline comes, just runs him over and kills him, and Paul Walker's brother gets out of the car and it's got like the face mapping on it or whatever. I just think that'd be kind of funny. All of a sudden he's just like, "I got you, bro," and all of a sudden the skyline just comes like tail whips and smashes the guy or something. But yeah, I think they do have to address it because I think it was the end of 8 or 9. They're at a cookout. Oh, here he comes! You just see the car come down the street or whatever.
That was cool. That was a cool.
It was.
That was.
But why the hell is Mia always the one getting into the mix? Like, and he's with the kid. It just makes no sense.
It's like listen, he understands the danger that they've faced all these years.
Yeah.
He was an FBI agent turned gone rogue. Like, if anyone understands, he wouldn't allow her to be in the mix of any of this.
Yeah.
Like, it's bad storytelling.
And I get it. Like, it's not fair to Jordan Brewster to write her character out because something tragic happened to another actor.
Yeah.
But it is kind of weird.
It's lazy. Yeah. It feels lazy in a sense where it's like, listen, we get it, but
yeah, how
much longer are you going to play? Like, the audience, we're not dumb. Like, we're watching it, and it pulls you out of the story because and you're like, well, let me speak for myself because I don't know if anybody feels the way that I feel, but it bothers me as someone that likes to get lost in my stories, and I know that we're in a scene or setting or a situation where Brian needs to be there or not be there, and it's like the reasoning just doesn't add up. It's just I pray that they do something better with the Brian storyline going forth, and they did already announce that there would be another one, but then there was talk about maybe 2 more.
I think Vin said that maybe there was 2 more.
It was a talk.
Yeah.
Executives were like, could you make this a trilogy? Which I'm okay with. Like, listen, like I said, these movies are fun. They're not, I don't go into them thinking, oh, I'm wasting my money. They're gonna make me waste my money. You know, I never go into these things feeling like that.
No.
I go in there to see how crazy it's gonna be.
Yeah, and
Like,
even this one, like one of the fun, like we use the word fun a lot, but that's exactly what this kind of movie is. You know, we were in the theater and you had like 3 or 4 like, oh shit, like everyone just yelling out kind of moments, and that's it's just it's a good experience. It's theatrically. I mean, they're a lot of fun to watch in the theater, but you know, you were saying like the cast stuff. They brought back a lot of the toys. Helen Mirren's back real quick.
Yep.
As Mrs. Shaw. Mrs. Shaw.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Statham's back, and they pay off the. It was just great. If you watch the post credit from the last Fast and the Furious from Fast 9.
No, that's the
post 8.
No, that's from Hobbs and Shaw.
Oh, Hobbs and Shaw. Sorry, the post credit for Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah.
Jason Statham's like, he's got some naked dude in a punching bag, and he's kicking the hell out of him. They pay that off, and I mean, the whole place was rolling. It was hilarious.
Wait, was it Hobbs and Shaw?
No, I think it was 8 or 9. I think it was 9.
I don't even. They're all blending now.
They're all the same thing.
At this point, it's just one long continuous movie.
There's a naked chubby guy in a punching bag, and Jason Statham's hemming him up pretty good.
Yeah.
So he's back. You know, I was Tyrese, Ludacris.
Which they never listen, dude. They never drop the ball ever. Those two, like I honestly, I'm pro Roman and Ludacris getting their own spinoff. I love the dynamic between them and how they try to impress the girl all the time.
Dude, Tyrese is a funny guy, man.
Yeah, he's funny. Like even like they're like that yin and yang, like how Hobbs and Shaw are, where like Ludacris is very intelligent, he's lighthearted, he's fun. Yeah. And then you have the sourpuss Roman who but he swears he's the shit.
Yeah, and the thing about Ludacris too is, like the PDA stuff. If you don't know, Ludacris is on your mom's now what I call Music City. But if you don't think Ludacris can act, go watch his run on Law & Order SVU. Yeah, it's haunting, man.
That was the
dude's got chops.
That was the.
He was like a 4-episode arc, and he came back. His character actually came back. His character gets off at first, then he gets tried again for something else. Dude, Ludacris he's got acting chops.
That's the one where they go digital, right?
Maybe. I mean, I think it's like season 12 out of what are they on? Season 55 of SVU.
I thought he was getting or was that somebody else? Was that Bow Wow? I think I'm getting him and Bow Wow mixed up.
Maybe Bow Wow, yeah.
Yeah, there was like it was like an SVU that was supposed to be like a tech side, like a tech.
Maybe it was
tech version. I don't know.
Yeah, anyway, but yeah, if you go watch Ludacris's SVU run, and it's excellent.
Really?
So yes, I mean they're great characters. Who else comes back? You got the girl from Game of Thrones there. What's her name? The computer chick.
Yeah, I can never remember her name.
I forget. I
can never. But that's the one that Ludacris and Tyrese always.
And then obviously Michelle Rodriguez, Han's back. Michelle Rodriguez, who I love's back.
She's great. I love the Letty character.
Yeah.
I hope nothing bad ever happens to Letty. She's great.
Yeah,
I love her.
Rodriguez.
Then they bring Cypher back.
Yep. Yeah. Charlize Theron's back. Like I said, Brie Larson comes back as nobody's daughter, or shows up as nobody's daughter. So even though Kurt Russell wasn't in the movie, they still mention him.
How do you feel about that? You feel useless? Was she useless?
I thought she was completely useless. This is the one thing is people like, oh, you can't roll a bomb through Rome. Well, to me, the most ludicrous, crazy thing was the arc between the Brie Larson and Alan Richardson characters. That makes no sense. That wouldn't happen. I mean, there's no way that those people would get to be the positions they're in just because, kind of thing.
Oh yeah, it wasn't even about rank. They just got put in those
it's
positions.
like, oh, your dad's hiding, so I'm taking over. It's like that's not how that thing works. But I mean, again,
but we don't know what his rank was prior. Like, we don't know if he was already in the government before.
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe he was just somebody that was in the loop.
Yeah. All I know is he is a giant human being, and to watch, when he starts banging stuff around, it's just fun to watch.
So we're gonna get to him in a second because there's something I'm looking very forward to.
Okay,
we'll get into that. But
can we bring up because we're going spoilers, right?
Yeah. Okay, we're going down the list of the cast right now.
The biggest moment in that movie.
Yep.
Was Letty and Charlize Theron.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're in this secret prison in Antarctica, and they break out of it.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, the giant nuke sub from Fast and the Furious 9 pops up.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, and fucking Gal Gadot gets out of the sub.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. Dude, no one dies.
No one dies in Fast and Furious.
Like, I don't know.
No one dies. Dude, listen, she blew up on a plane.
Yeah. And speaking of no one dying, let me bring it back to the Paul Walker thing.
Oh, yes.
I'm also okay with Corey. Corey, is his name Corey? His brother.
Oh, yeah.
I'm okay with him reprising the role.
Stepping in. With or without the face mapping.
Without, he looks just like his
He
brother.
does look just like him, yeah.
He looks just like his brother. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
you're not gonna get closer mannerisms to anybody than family. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like
Yeah.
legit family. Like a lot of people may not know it, but you're gonna have the same mannerisms as someone that
You
you're
know that, man.
related
At this
to.
point in time, like we're throwing like science and reality to the wind.
Yeah.
He face off him. He went face off to try to hide from Momoa.
Yeah.
Done.
Right.
Done.
He got surgery to try to lay low. But yeah, no,
You give Aquafina play Brian for all I care at this point in time.
Yeah.
It just makes no sense.
Yeah, that was one thing that I meant to say when it came
Yeah.
to the Brian. Like, you don't have to, even if you don't kill him off, bring in the brother, because I think the brother, he stood in for him, and
Yeah.
they did the face man.
You have to have some closure with that whole thing.
Yeah, he looks just like him.
Yeah.
Let's talk about as we wrap this
Yeah.
up, the post-credit scene.
Dude, like people hollering like it was a concert, man.
Dude, you want to talk about jobbing
Seriously.
the audience? Like,
Wow.
for how many years?
6, 7?
Was it that long?
I feel like at least
Before the
5 or
pandemic.
6.
No, because when did 9 come out? 9 came out.
Pre-pandemic. No, yeah, 9 was pre-pandemic, right?
I think it was during the pandemic.
No, because I think that Black Friday, pandemic Black Friday, was when the Blu-ray came out.
Okay. So, for those who don't know, there's been an ongoing beef between Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Vin Diesel.
Yep.
Supposedly some things happened on set where the two weren't getting along.
Heard there was a fight at one point in time.
Egos. Because if you think about the storytelling in Fast and the Furious, Vin Diesel, there's rumors out there that Vin Diesel's character is never allowed to take a L.
Yeah.
And then The Rock is supposedly on the same boat from his camp.
Yep.
So the two butted heads on set. Long story short, The Rock said he wasn't coming back for any of the Fast and the Furious, especially after they did the Hobbs and Shaw thing.
Yeah.
And it made tons of money. It did
Yeah.
very well. It was almost as like, who's really making this movie make money? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Is
It was
the
a
OG
pissing
click?
contest on the.
Is it the
on
OG
the
click,
draw.
or is it Rock
Yeah.
and his
Again,
stardom?
Hobbs and Shaw, not a bad flick.
It's not a bad flick. It's one of my favorite ones.
Yeah.
And so the whole world was convinced, and in numerous interviews, The Rock was like, "No,
Nope.
I'm never going back ever again.
Nope.
I'm never coming back. It's over. It's done." Vin Diesel even publicly
Yeah.
begged him, low key begged him, because
Yeah.
he didn't come out and say. Well, actually, he did come out and say, "Brother,
Yeah.
come back to the family." Blah blah blah. And The Rock was like, "Nope,
Nope.
not
F
coming
you.
back. Yeah, not coming back."
And it was like, to go back to the Rock's wrestling roots, it was all a
Yeah.
work, baby, because
yeah, man.
dude, the post-credit scene is dude, Momoa's
Dude.
going after Hobbs, and it's gonna be awesome.
Listen, The Rock should teach classes on how to like keep it close to the vest in this industry, because it did end up getting leaked. However, it did get leaked through trades, like a lot of the major trades.
Well, because people saw the movie.
Yeah, like the trades were like
People probably broke NDAs.
what they should have did was keep the post credit scene out of the early
They
screenings.
should start doing early screens with no post-credit scenes.
But a lot of people were also saying that they did it to boost ticket sales, because the early ticket sales weren't big.
Yeah, people don't pre-buy tickets anymore, really.
It depends on the movie, man.
Yeah.
It depends on the movie. Like here's the thing. I hate when the studios try to control the mind of the audience.
Yeah.
The audience is gonna do whatever they want.
Yeah.
If they like something, they're gonna pre-buy.
And yeah,
You can't trick them to pre-buy.
or they'll just go
Yeah.
anyway. I mean, look at Guardians. Guardians is saying like, oh, it's trending down.
Yeah.
Super fatigue's dead. But yeah,
yeah.
no. So The Rock's back,
Yep.
and for Fast X2 or whatever, whatever
So-
you want to call it.
Yeah.
The Rock and Momoa are
XI?
gonna go. They're gonna go to blows, and it's gonna be glorious.
I don't see. That's not the fight I'm looking forward to.
No, but dude, it's like
I'm
Hawaiian
looking.
on Hawaiian crime. It's good
I'm
stuff.
looking forward to The Rock and Rickman. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
Those two beasts. You
Dude.
can get Momoa. Listen, it's a tag team match now.
That's true.
You got Momoa and Vin,
That's true.
and then you got The
Dude.
Rock and Reacher.
Dude,
Come on, bro.
Black Adam's gonna fight Hawk.
That's what I'm here for. That's what I want to see.
The Rock.
When I saw that
Rock
The
and
Rock,
Reacher.
when I saw that The Rock was back, it was the first thing that crossed my mind. I was like, "Holy shit,
Dude, that's gonna be.
It's gonna be epic."
So, as much fun as we had with this, I think the next one's gonna be even better because the next like,
the cast.
it's just there's almost too many people in this movie.
And just trust me, they're gonna be adding more people to this thing that you will never believe. I'm telling you, like, as long as these actors are having fun and showing, and we can see that they're having fun, this franchise is not going to die in vain.
No.
It's not going to be something that people look back on and be like, oh, those pieces of crap movies. I can't believe No. We're still having fun. People with names are showing up. That's the reason Brie Larson was in this movie was because she said it was one of her favorite franchises.
Exactly. They're just doing favors.
And now at this point, it's like Vin can get anybody he wants because sometimes serious actors want to take a break. They want to kick their shoes off and be like, you know what? Let's just do something crazy. Don't be surprised if Pacino shows up. Don't be surprised if De Niro shows up. At this point...
You know what this needs? Nick Cage.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Why not?
I mean, hey. Listen.
Dude. That's just go nuts.
This is like the big budget Expendables.
Exactly. So... There's a point in the movie where they have money problems. We'll just say,
yeah,
and they need cars.
I forgot about that cameo.
They need cars. If you need cars for the sequel, they need to go car up. Mm-hmm. Who can they go get cars from? Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
He's also done a car movie where he steals cars.
Yeah.
You can just cross universes.
Is that a Universal movie?
I don't know. I think so. Sounds like it.
That might be a Universal movie. Yeah, there's like another cameo in the film that we forgot to talk about. We don't have to spoil that. We can.
The one in the cafe.
Yeah, we don't.
Yeah,
have to
it's fine.
It's fun. Yeah. It's fun. It's ridiculous. It's like I cracked up because I was like, "What?
I know.
Why is this person even here right now?" But it's not as crazy as the Hobbs and Shaw cameo on the plane. That one sent me. I was like, "Of course he's in this."
Exactly, because at this point in time, it's like if you're not in a Fast and Furious movie, you're kind of like, well, what have you been doing?
Yeah. So yeah, that's all I got to say about Fast and the Furious X, Fast 10, whatever you want to call this thing. I highly had a great time watching this movie, but literally the brain turned it off, guys.
It's very high in the entertainment scale. And again, you're not going to this thing for, Shakespearean wordplay. It's like you're just not doing it. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of fun. You can bring kids because there's not a lot of like F-bombs or nudity or nothing like that.
And there's a kid in it that actually gets a good amount of playtime.
Yeah, cute kid. Like he does a good job.
He gets a lot of good playtime.
We even talk about that. The whole stuff with the kid and his uncle with John Cena it's gold.
Yeah. They definitely leaned in on Cena's soft side in this film, which is the weirdest thing about this franchise because it's like everybody starts off as like this gruesome, violent villain, and then the next time they come around and they're part of the family, and it's like
he's got a pink hoodie.
And
the other thing they do is like it's crazy stuff happens. Like they were doing this and Cena's in this, and the wall across the way, Margot Robbie was in it, and she went over in between takes and grabbed John Cena. Like, hey, come here. Threw a mermaid tail on him. He's gonna be in the bar. He's a mermaid in the Barbie movie.
Oh my God!
The world's a crazy place.
Yeah. So yeah, I that's all I gotta say. I love the film for its entertainment aspect. I had a great time. I was not bored, not one moment. No. I do not regret sitting in this theater for 2 and some change.
We're gonna see it again.
Yeah.
One more.
We'll see it one more time. What did you think? What's your last final thoughts about this? Tell them what.
It's summer movie season. This is your ultimate summer movie. It's well worth the $15 or whatever you pay. Just go see it. Shut the brain off, like you said. Have fun. Like you have a bad week at work, go to the theater, see it, have a couple beers. It's that kind of movie.
And it's also that kind of movie once it hits streaming. Like I'm telling you, like it's to me it's better than 9. It's better than 9.
Yeah,
I think it's better than 9.
I think this is probably the third best one. I would go 5 because I love that whole vault scene. That's just money.
Which ties into this.
100%. This is almost like a direct sequel to 5.
Yeah.
So I would go 5, maybe, I think it's 4 when they rebooted just Fast and Furious, and then this one.
Really?
I think so, yeah.
See, so everybody always says 5. They start at 5.
That's my favorite one.
Because those are the ones that are more serious tone. But for me, I'm a fan of Tokyo Drift.
That's fine. I think 5 had the best soundtrack. I think 5 had the Brazilian guys were hilarious. That vault, it's that vault scene. And it was the intro to The Rock too. The whole thing with Elena and The Rock. Was it Elena? Yeah, that's her name. The intro to those characters were just great, and that's where it kind of went in this whole like Mission Impossible
Yeah.
kind of vibe for me.
You're right. That is the shift in when
Yeah.
Letty faked her death. And
Yeah,
things
it was
of
just
that nature,
it was different. It's like
Yeah.
that's like five the best.
No, I don't have an order yet of what I think of what I like.
That was just spitball off the top of my head.
Yeah. I like a lot of them. 9 is probably the only one that I would just toss out and be like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. Just because of the whole space thing. Like I just
Two.
it was really ridiculous. That was the first and only movie that I almost walked out of a theater on.
I texted you, I was like, did these assholes just fly apart and get into space?
I literally like I've never left the movie well, probably just one time, but that was, and I think it was the Village. But this was like one of the few movies that I literally was like, man, I don't even want to finish watching this. But
yeah, but
10
I mean, if you were
cool.
If you were doing scaling for a fruit based website, I'd probably go like 85ish, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
80. I mean, it's like I said, it's fun.
Yeah, it's very fun. So that's all I got to say about this, guys. Fast and the Furious, Fast X, Fast 10. You heard it from us, and that's all I got to say.
Yeah.
Guys, again, make sure you hit the subscribe key and the notification bell for the next time. And for more movie news, television news, and pop culture, check out wearecritics.com. And I will talk to you all later. Peace.